Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for SEDUCTION, A Monk's Tale.
That's not the title.
What are you Oh, and this is my review for SEDUCTION, A Monk's Fate. So, dear viewer, this video game originally released all the way back in 2022. A year I remember fondly as the year I played a hell of a lot of video games. But we are not here to talk about just any video game. We are here to talk about A Monk's Tale Fate thingamajig. And just like that beautiful bearded bastard Barry Bertrum, you're probably wondering,
what is this?
SEDUCTION is a side-scrolling, horror-themed video game in which we play as a monk who must enter a dark and surreal realm to uncover the truth of his monastery. You'll solve puzzles, you'll search for clues, and you'll do all of this while you navigate beautiful and gruesome handcrafted environments. So let's review this bloody video game, the only way I know how, badly. And let's get one thing out of the way right away, dear viewers. SEDUCTION, A Monk's Fate does sound like the title of some of those smutty, dirty movies. But I'm glad to report, that there's absolutely nothing smutty or dirty about this video game. So if you've come here to see some monk-on-monk action, you will have to look elsewhere. So let's start with what I liked about this particular horror video game. And a nice place to start would be this game's visuals. They very much remind me of another horror game that I highly recommend that you check out, a game called Detention. Now that game might be from the exact same developers, and it wouldn't surprise me because both of the games look very similar. Both have that kind of side-scrolling, handcrafted art style. Both of them are horror games. And both of them, I think you can agree, are absolutely unique to look at. Another thing I really enjoyed was this game's narrative. Now, I'm not gonna spoil any of it for you here, but in a nutsack, we have a young woman's soul that needs to be saved, a forbidden ritual that bloodies the history of the place we know as home. We've got flashbacks to a couple. We've got a father who apparently abandoned us years ago. We've got the abbot of the monastery who is more than just a little bit shady. Yes, I see you over there, abbot. Do up your trousers, abbot. That was a good man. So yes, I really enjoyed the narrative for this game. Another thing I really enjoyed was how the gameplay is constantly being mixed up. One minute you're just exploring, maybe looking for items in which to progress, reading clues to find said items you need to progress. The next minute you'll have to sneak past some ghastly abomination. The next minute you're running away from some giant bloody spider thing. What I'm trying to say is there's a nice mix of gameplay elements here. Stealth, exploration. There isn't really anything in the way of combat, but that didn't really bother me that much in this game. Mostly because this game doesn't have what you would call enemies as such. No, there are spooky things that turn up every now and again to give you a good jolt to the heart, or a jump scare that'll have you feeling pee running down your left trouser leg. Or maybe that just happens with me.
I think that's just you.
Shut up, Bertrum. So let's talk about what I maybe don't like so much about this game. Well, like I said, this isn't your standard run-and-gun action horror video game a la Resident Evil. This is a much slower-paced affair. And though I really enjoy the narrative for the game, it is a little bit on the short side. I've seen people being able to finish this game in as little as 45 minutes. But of course, you're never going to be able to do that in the first playthrough. Unless, of course, you're using a walkthrough or something, which, naughty you if you are using a walkthrough. That reminds me, Bertrum, remember to put that walkthrough away, will you? No, over there, in that drawer. No, not that, the drawer next to that one. Yes, good man, good fellow. But apart from that, this is a very good, pretty unique little side-scrolling horror video game. Therefore, I declare that Seduction Amongst Fate is very good. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my review for Seduction. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.